Yeah, I found one for like 12, a universal one for like 12, 13 on Amazon. It just arrived today or yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I just need to plug it
So,
in.
guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome back once again. I am your Dungeon Master and Master of Games, as always. Would someone care to regale us a tale whilst I get Archivist AI in here?
Maybe.
TCB Wednesday.
Raven.
There we go. Let's go. Let's go with Koo's rule. Let's have you do last
Oh,
session recap.
okay. Try my best. Wow.
He
The
had an
last
arm in it. He should.
when we left off, we encountered, or we finally made it to our goal town, and were welcomed by a guard. And then afterwards, we went to a bar where we met this wonderful person named Gaunt, who had lovely delights and also a sweet little daughter who sold the delights. Also, apparently, Gaunt is one of the best arm wrestlers in the town. I like to think that maybe he cheats, but that's just me. Afterwards, we had a nice rest at Gaunt's Inn, but before that, we did encounter two cloaked men who seemed to be in relations with. I'm trying really hard to remember his name.
That's disgusting.
Who seemed to were very familiar with the Watcher, I think it was. And then, after sleeping at the inn, we woke up and we went and did a little bit of shopping. We got some healing stuff. And then we encounter a magical item spot that seems to never appear in the same place. And thanks to Jean's wonderful charismatic skills, he went away. We didn't get anything.
Fuck this guy.
That's what he gets for being difficult whilst Jean-Louis is hungover.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a challenge. We've got a challenge
What else
before us.
happened?
Figure out.
Other things that happened.
One thing we learned while doing that is Trudy gets the bag of duff nuts outside the inn. We happen to catch her casting a spell to fill the bag, but we didn't progress further on that to find out more about it. Gaunt, actually, his tale has spread throughout the town thanks to, in part, the wonderful Thalen. The glass orb is no longer cursed during that thing. And the final thing that happened is whoever Dr. Gregerson is looked directly at Thalen like he knew he was coming.
Is that where we left off? I thought there was other things that happened. Pretty sure.
I mean, we were also at Harry Wick's
Oh,
hardware
yeah.
for the best tools Gaunt has ever seen. Eric Weinstein is missing, and Dr. Gregson came in, to fill that void that was from him missing.
Yeah, and you were heading up to Gregerson. That's right. So,
The gray-haired man was healing the crowd. There was a thick
you guys are
thin mist
you
when we
guys are,
came in.
you guys are
Sorry.
currently about where number 2 is. You are in that little market area there. Ba-da-da-da. And as you approach Mr. Gregerson, as I said to you last time, he looks up to you, sees you coming, and gives you a kind of almost knowing nod, and sort of flicks his finger to indicate for you to follow.
What region did you say it was again? On the map?
Where the number 2 is.
Okay. For
This
whatever reason,
is
I thought it was
the
7.
gray-haired man. Is this the gray-haired man?
Yes. Yes, it is. He looks rather elderly. A little bit lame on one leg. Do you guys follow?
Sure.
So it leads you round the back of one of the buildings. And he says, "Now then, I understand that one of you is afflicted with something.
That is quite true, sir. You are very observant.
Observant? No. Gifted? Yes. I could tell by the slight tint to your hands."
I'm going to observe my hands.
As you look, you realise your hands are like 1/10 of a grade darker. It's really not that obvious. It's so subtle.
And here I thought was dirt.
No,
That
that
explains
is
why it didn't come out when I washed my hands.
that is the virus currently running through your veins. There is a way to subdue it, however, it is not very pleasant.
If it runs its course, it doesn't sound very pleasant to me either. I'm stuck between an unpleasant and unpleasant thing.
Quicksilver is the only known inhibitor of what you carry. But I hear the last person who took my inhibitor did not exactly come out of it very well after building up a resistance to it.
Ugh.
And in a town like this, it is rather hard to keep yourself subtle from those who would seek to stop what you hope to achieve in the world.
Yeah, I get that vibe. Hopefully there's also the opposite, people who will support you into achieving those things.
You would hope so. But again, there's no outward guarantee.
Do you have some quicksilver?
I have some to hand in my office.
Maybe you have some?
I could supply you with some. It's just a shame my colleague Eric seems to have vanished without much of a trace. Otherwise, I'd have
Could
got
you
him to supply it to you.
Perhaps tell us more about him? Perhaps we can help.
Eric is an interesting character. Tends to keep a lot of himself to himself. We've been best friends for almost as long as I can remember. When we were studying medicine, we were
Yeah, I
peers.
can insight check that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a number. I couldn't find the numbers.
So he comes across as a very, very intellectual man. He's also very honest. You know, you can see by his body language, by the expressions on his face, there is an air of concern about his friend, but he is trying to brush it off as nothing.
Please continue.
The woman.
Last time I saw Eric, it was rather late at night. We were both finishing up on some papers on our studies. And then come the morning, there was nothing left except for this. And he pulls out a strand of a long silver hair. You see,
Do you recognize this hair?
with the tone, texture, and everything else of this hair, I have my suspicions. However, I am not one to raise accusations, especially unto a lord, one especially as revered as is Lord Carter.
Did I recognize the hair?
You do not.
Okay.
Lord
Well,
Avon,
Yes.
Lord Avon
Lord.
Carter has ruled Trinaria and been its overlooker and carer for what is said to be about 400 years, though given his human nature, I find that hard to believe. I have my suspicions about what he is, but again, I'm not one to raise accusations.
What do you think he is?
They are called a child of the grave, at least that is what they term themselves as. In no uncertain terms, they are an undead monster that feed on the blood and livelihoods of others. I have managed to cure one or two afflicted with such a curse, but it was not easy. About 6 others died in experimental treatments.
Decrease the surplus population.
Child of the Grave. Is that something I've come across before?
Make a history check, maybe? The term child of the grave isn't a common term. It's more specific to Trinaria than it is like nationwide. But that's about all you know of it.
And Lord Carter, he seems to be in league with the Black Cloaks.
The Black Cloaks are a mercenary group. They will work for whoever is the highest bidder, though they are rather more often than not hired by Lord Carter.
What association does he have, the Lord, with the tavern carters in town?
Cartwright's Inn. Cartwright tends to try and keep the mood in the city on the up and up. It's about the only place people in this godforsaken place get enjoyment.
Do you know his daughter or the young girl is
Oh, I know them
turning
both fairly well. You know, I'm not...
people? Do you know that she's turning people into stuffed nuts?
Excuse me?
Well, what we observed was that she was turning people into stuffed nuts.
No, that's not what you saw. Think you might have got confused there, Bora.
From my understanding, we saw her just cast magic on a bag, and the bag filled. It had nothing to do with people.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that she was.
No.
The previous manor's daughter had something to do with porcelain dolls, but Trudy's different from that.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I got that. Okay. Never mind.
Does Lord Carter often invite people into his home, or
Lord
how would one gain an
is...
audience?
Lord Carter poses himself as a socialist. And as such, he quite often has people visiting him or, you know, going to his mansion to talk to him.
If we were to at least I'm asking, would we be able to at least gain an audience relatively easily?
I would say so. I mean, he's not one to turn away travellers, especially if they're going to bring coin to the town. Like I say, he's a bit of a socialist. He likes to keep people happy for the most part.
What's the next question? So I suppose you've heard any rumours or whispers of a group known as the Herring's Call?
The Herring's Call. I can't say that I have off the top of my head. It's, as I say, I try to keep my head quite low around here.
No problem. Anyone else think of any other questions? When would we be able to get this Quicksilver as we're looking into your missing partner?
Come with me and I will take you to my office and we will get you what you need.
Or the inhibitor itself.
That is the Quicksilver.
Right, okay.
It will not cure you, I warn you. But it will try and slow down the progress. I must make that.
I feel like the monkey god lied to us.
Well, he said the 50
Are
pound
you-
of silver
are you
is not easy.
Are you saying that out loud?
Ooh.
Eldrin?
I think that was player, not person. That's my take.
That's what I'm asking.
That is a question, isn't it? Hmm. No, I'll keep that to myself.
Sure. So he takes you to his office, and his office isn't too far. It's a little old building, just over sort of in this block somewhere. And as you go in, you can see the room is filled and stacked with library books and whatever else have you, and loose papers everywhere. Can one of you make me a perception check, please?
We all can't. I mean, we're
Oh,
all hopefully looking.
You can if you want to.
It'll be low.
Phelan says.
I mean, I'm a low roller.
It's rolling a dirty 20. So, on a dirty 20, Phelan, you notice there are a few small empty glass bottles lying around. Now, these aren't like normal like beer bottles or anything like that. These are much, much smaller. Probably no bigger than the palm of your hand.
I want to blurt out that the Monkey King said something to us that I didn't hear, but I understand from the other guys that the quicksilver would be the cure.
Quicksilver.
So go ahead and finish what you were doing. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry. Quicksilver is it's potent, and enough of it will kill you. That's why I say it is an inhibitor, not a cure. Because in turn, yes, death would cure you of the disease, but it would also cure you of the point of you taking it. I'm sorry, are you also a doctor, Mr...
No, I'm just a half-work gladiator.
Yes, I thought so. Perhaps leave the medical advice to the professional,
Yes, you're most certainly correct. Maybe well-spoken, but I'm still in work.
So, as you look around and you see these bowls, Phelan, can you make me a medicine check? At some point or another in your travels as a travelling musician, you will have seen these around, especially in sort of the party environment. And you look a bit closer, and on the glass bottles you can see OPD, which in medical terms means opiate. Which is one hell of a painkiller.
I would very much like some of that.
Yes, I'm sure you would.
I'm guessing you get some painful patients now and then.
Yes, something like that. Ah, here it is, and he pulls out a little black-bound leather case, almost identical to the one you saw in Poland's room. As you open it up, you can see inside there are about 4 vials of quicksilver, each one containing about half a pound's worth.
I mean, it's a start. It doesn't sound like it's going to be fun. Wasn't fun getting it either. Really bite. Really bites.
Is that all you needed from me?
Would it be possible to investigate Mr. Eric's? Was he sharing the same office with you since you two were longtime friends, or did he have his own place?
Of course we were sharing an office. He's a colleague.
Perhaps we can glean more information if we look at where he was last, if that's okay with you.
By all means, his letters and books are over there. As
Right.
he singles over to another small desk within the room.
Time to investigate!
You may investigate.
Alright, rolling a medicine check. My low rolls again.
I mean, you don't need high rolls, Thalen. You got the charisma.
It's a good job, you're pretty.
Just naturally high. That's why my rolls are low.
However, Eldrin and Kuzrul, as you guys start going through things, you come across a bundle of letters that were hidden quite poorly in one of his drawers. As you look through them and sort of scan through what these letters are about, you can see a number of different names across them. But they all have one thing in common. They've either got dirt, like mud, or they've got blood on them.
Odd. Let's say who the letters are from. Is there anything in the letters?
There's a couple of names on the letters, but what's probably more interesting than the names is they're all written in a rather strange code.
Do I recognize the code?
It must be an uncommon.
You can make me another investigation. No. Just make me a straight up intelligence check. Let's see if you can work this out. On a 23, Eldrin, as you're looking at it, you notice every third letter goes with the second letter of the next word, which goes with the first, and then back to the third again. It's a really, really odd, complicated system. And as you are deciphering and reading this letter, it seems to be from well, he describes the symptoms and says that he had woken up just lying on the ground. He felt very, very hungry and thirsty at the same time, felt malnourished, felt very, very cold and couldn't find his pulse. and the others tell very similar recounts and stories.
Let's share that with the rest of the party. Am I getting vampire vibes yet?
Do you know what vampires are in character?
I don't know.
It sucks either way.
Feels like this is the transformation symptoms. Child of the grave. Undead. Feel like we're putting the cogs in place.
I don't know that you know exactly what a vampire is, though. That's what I'm saying. As a character. So I don't think you've ever met a vampire, seen a vampire, or dealt with a vampire.
Be something he might have a precognition about in a dream.
Myself.
The crows outside.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
What do you think, guys?
The information you shared with us was that the letters had this code, and this code repeated similarly across these letters. All the ones that are dirty, I presume, dirty or blood, which we can't verify where the dirt's from or where the blood is from or who from, correct?
And the recurring story is, as they wake up famished and... what else?
They wake up malnutrition, they wake up feeling hungry and thirsty at the same time, cold and feeling little to no pulse. Definitely sounds like the chap was not having a good time.
Whilst you guys ponder this, I will be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. I think this is one of those challenges of trying to think in character, because we, the players, would have different ideas of what we know versus what the player might know.
Well, Junga says it's obviously unnatural.
I have no idea what a vampire is. I've never heard of one in my life.
But we don't even know that, so we don't even say that. We just know that it's unnatural.
Yeah, true. I would believe that in character, Jean-Louis maybe never heard of a vampire, but he has already heard of blood magic and whatever is trying to dabble in that sort of art is by definition malevolent.
You probably know about undead, at least a little.
I don't think my character would know. I mean, there's a chance he would, but I'd have to verify that with the DM.
Right. He probably will have you roll.
Only if it's related.
If somebody has a high history or arcana or even religion, it might work.
True, but I mean, there's so much information that...
Yeah. Then the other option is to ask the old man who should be standing there.
Yeah, it is possible. I mean, there's a chance he overheard him when Eldrin was relaying the information to us. But I will agree that hopefully my character will understand something was happening that was unnatural, that was taking time, perhaps related to someone fighting fire with fire to stop somebody who has the cure, or it's one of those things, the people who cure things have a chance to be inflicted by them, so like doctors getting sick. I wish I could recall if the monkey, the wise monkey, said that the cure involved, like, the cure was 50 pounds, or the cure of humans is the 50 pounds of silver, or whatever it is. And killing something is quote unquote curing it, because if it's dead, the whatever inflicts it potentially can't progress further, depending on what it is.
Speaking of which, how quickly are you taking one of the vials of quicksilver? And do you take more than that? And are you taking the opiate with it? And are you trying to get cured yourself as soon as possible?
Right.
First, I'm dealing with the Eric situation, and then I will decide how Thalen.
Well,
I think Thalen would look more into Eric before deciding about the Quicksilver, and the opium, or whatever it was called, oped, was completely empty as far as I could tell.
So Eric is the colleague?
Mm-hmm.
Eric is the one who went missing, the alchemist. Yep, and the colleague of... But if they've been colleagues for so long, why did Gregerson only appear recently?
Right.
Because it makes it sound like he's been there the whole time Eric was there. But according to Gonk, he wasn't. Or maybe he didn't show up in the market until recently. We don't know.
Very foolish to wait.
Or to ask him, hey, how long have you lived here? See if we can cross-check the information without letting him realize we're trying to verify his story.
Are you actually going to ask him, or?
I think the first thing to ask is if he knows anything about these symptoms. We're not going to tell him about the letters per se, I don't think, but ask him about what would be the cause of someone feeling hungry and thirsty, feeling malnutritious, maybe feeling a bit cold and like their pulse is really weak.
As you say that, he stands up and very, very quickly hobbles over to the door, clutching onto his leg, as he slams the door shut and bolts it. What did you say?
It was just saying what would be the cause of someone, feeling a bit hungry and thirsty, kind of like they're malnourished, maybe cold, no pulse. It's something I heard of a fellow traveler, and I said I would look for a way to cure them.
Why aren't you being honest?
Well, it depends. Did he come from this town or somewhere else?
Yeah, I think he said he was from here, because he's the one who recommended I come here. To look into Eric and for help.
It is too late for them.
Really?
He is one of them by that.
Them?
What?
One of whatever Lord Carter is. Child of the grave. You see, I've been here for a very long time myself. But I don't like dealing with people. I'm not a people person, as you can probably tell. I think those people are idiots. especially when they don't listen to medical advice, as he shoots Kuzrul a look.
You mean Jonga?
Jonga, sorry, yeah, not Kuzrul, Jonga. Shoots Jonga.
Yeah, Grizzle hasn't thrown
Yeah.
anything yet.
I was like, what the hell did I do?
And
Django says, to be fair, I have had a bit of medical training because of my
have you?
field. I had
Have you had a bit
to
of
heal
medical
myself
training? Oh,
and
well,
others.
I apologise. I did not realise you had had a bit of medical training. You guys don't need me or my colleague, clearly. You can turn to your friend here. He seems more than
Oh my
qualified.
god.
I
I think
asked
the only
him if
thing we
he's
do not need
deciphered
is
the
the
letters.
attitude. What is it with every people in this town being so goddamn rude all the time? First, we
Well,
have a salesperson who refused to sales. Now we have a health expert who refused to explain himself. We came to you for knowledge.
I am willing to give you my knowledge and impart knowledge onto you. But your friend here seems to think that you don't need my knowledge.
Not say that. I just am insulted that you would treat me below and beneath my station just because I'm a gladiator.
You
I,
are below and beneath my station in this field. That is why you have come to
okay,
me.
and that's why we're here. Have you deciphered the letters
What letters?
on your friend's desk?
I don't go through my friend's letters.
Okay, so
Leave
you
them out
have
his
not.
desk.
I show him the letters and the decipher.
Idiot. It seems like he was distributing a certain medical cure that I had created but not yet tested fully.
Important that you know. That's why we were trying to talk to you about this.
Actually, we kind of stumbled on it, Jonga. We were going to consult with him. We still didn't
Right,
know.
we
don't know the
consult.
whole story. We're still learning.
That's why he needs to know the full story so he can respond fully. Anyway, onward and upward. We do respect your medical knowledge and your experience, and we just are asking for your help in helping you find your colleague.
Well, I can tell you now. I don't know where he is, but it seems like he is involved with Lord Carter's lot, and he just slams down this pile of letters onto the desk.
So we know for sure that this guy is an alchemist as well. He's just a colleague of the other one, but he is himself an alchemist, right?
He's not necessarily an alchemist, but he is a physician.
Now he may be possessed with whatever unnatural.
Sorry,
condition.
Gregerson is a physician. His colleague Eric is the alchemist. Just for clarification.
Right.
But as I was saying, I've been here for some time and I just don't like dealing with people all that much. So if you do happen to find anything out, please do let me know.
So, from what you just told us, it sounds like Eric, without your permission, applied a cure that was still in testing?
Correct, it was a theory. Hadn't yet been proven to work.
May I ask what this was intended to cure?
The condition that a bite will leave you with.
A bite. So, something
have
similar to
heard-
what I have?
Not quite. We have heard of a condition, and we heard this term whilst travelling many, many years ago called vampirism. Vampirism is a resurrected, unclean, dead creature. They tend to serve the ones that create them, unquestioningly and unloyally, and will not disobey their commands. We were seeking a cure to this condition so that we might be able to put this town in a better spotlight than having the same person rule for 400 years.
Sounds reasonable. I mean, so this vampirism, not only the bites make whoever's been into obedient slaves, it somehow grants long life, not immortality, or is it kind of similar to elves, I guess?
We do not know the full details.
I mean, if it's transferred via bites, perhaps even just trying to cure these people sounds like you're trying to put your hand in the fire in the first place to put it out.
He was. My work is purely theory. I don't give a rat's ass whether or not they are alive or dead.
I guess it's safe to assume that the Lord and the Eric are at least connected to a degree, and maybe his disappearance. I'm not sure how much they can do this from afar, but it sounds kind of like a nasty business.
One could say that, yes.
Just hoping I'm not afflicted with two things that can't be cured.
Yours there is a cure for. As I said, at the moment I only have access to the inhibitor. But as soon as Eric is returned, we will be able to brew you a proper cure.
So, if we're unable to return Eric, there is no cure.
Eric has the formula memorized. We split them amongst ourselves rather than writing them down, because things that are written down can come back and bite you in the backside. And he goes, Exhibit A, pointing towards the letters.
Yeah. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us, hey gang?
Seems like it's so.
Onwards and upwards.
Do you know where Eric likes to hang out on his free time?
He could be anywhere between here and the Wild Groves. It is hard to say, really it is. Your best bet, in my personal opinion, would be to try and strike a conversation with this Lord Carter. Just be careful. He is a tricky individual, and he is not one to make friends easily.
How should we introduce ourselves?
Honestly. Be as honest you can around him. Tell no lies. You do not have to tell him the whole truth, but do not lie to him, because he is not a silly person. He is a very intelligent individual.
Name of this person again?
Lord Carter.
Lord Avon Carter.
Does the old man have a name?
Sorry?
Does the gray-haired man we're talking to have a name?
Yeah, Gregerson.
Gregerson.
Okay, I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, gray. Just think gray hair.
That's on my
Grayson.
notes. Sorry, thank you. Gregerson.
Well, do we split on two fronts? Part of us go to Lord Carter, and the other part perhaps look at other places that Eric could have found himself?
Don't split the party.
I
Never
did
split.
want to go shopping for a second. I could investigate there while, kill two birds with one larger stone.
Always split the party.
That's why we shouldn't.
Uh,
Because you suggested.
Has its pros and cons, is all I'm
Actually,
saying.
actually, thinking about it, you definitely don't want to split the party. I really, really wouldn't split the party.
It's like fate rolls. You don't do that.
If he's suggesting it, we should not listen. We should do the opposite.
Yeah, so he suggested to split the party.
No, I
Now he's
suggested
being honest, saying you should never do that, because the same reason you end up when you do one of
No,
those
I'm just saying to you, you probably are better off just staying as a group.
teleports.
I just worry about moving as a big group and maybe getting someone uneasy about this large group of people.
Fate rolls in the
I need to
nether or
find this
whatever it
down
is.
because it's being a pain.
Yeah, I mean it was just a suggestion. We don't have to do it.
Well, yeah, Junga wants to keep the flock together, but whatever you want to do, we can try it and see what happens.
So how about this? Are we okay seeing Lord Carter first, or do shopping first? Or
I think we should do shopping first because who knows what can go when we meet with Carter, and I feel like we should be at least a little prepared before we.
yeah, maybe get some information on the way about him.
Exactly.
Junga is broke, so that's another reason he didn't want to go shopping. But that's beside the point.
It's okay. You can window shop.
There's
You
no windows.
definitely- I mean, you have to go past the market anyway.
Okay, let's
to
do
Lord
that.
Carter's, so you sort of could go there. And then
That'd be two
head
bookshelves with one
up.
rock.
I want some new bling anyways. I couldn't get any magic bling, so
Ah, the gloves are coming
Okay.
off. I see.
We're coming with you.
Hooray! The more the
Let's
merrier.
do it. We
So,
thank the Rigason and bid him adieu.
on your way as you leave to head towards Lord Carter's, we are going to take a very short reprieve there and be back in 5-10 minutes. So those of you watching on stream, do not go anywhere. We will be back in 5-10 minutes time. Those of you playing in the game, now is your time for your bio breaks, grabbing your drinks and snacks and returning to me unharmed, preferably. We will
And make no
not be
promises.
Malin.
Younger is testing and tasting all the food on the plate.
Huh?
Does he like it?
Does he like what? Sorry.
The food?
Oh, I mean, it's very, very good food. It's very, very top of the line lean veal steaks. And you would notice Lord Carter's in particular has not been cooked.
Oh, extremely rare.
I prefer mine bloody.
In the shape of an L. Bloody
When you
L.
last met Eric, did you meet with him in the manor, or did you go to see him in his workplace?
He came to see me. And he came in here in this very room, showed me his proposals, his plans, his theories. Left, and I did not hear from him again.
Out of character, when Gregerson presented the hair, did he tell us where it came from? Like, when it came from the room, did it came from his clothes?
He just found it in the room, in the office.
In character, what's the quickest way back to Lord Vermont?
We don't know where he's gone.
Lord Vermont, as I understand it, Lord Vermont has gone into hiding for the time being. He has failed to keep his village under control, and so he has absconded. As I said, his son and his condition are currently running down underneath in the Trinarian mines.
So if Eric were to be trying to contact him, he'd have to go underground.
Correct. Though, if Lord Vermont is in hiding, I would hazard a guess that Eric knows exactly where they are. But find their son and find them, I guess.
So they went into hiding with their son?
Well, as I say, we saw Poland down here locally. I haven't heard from my cousin for quite some time, and I would like to at least somehow find a way to communicate, because I have a proposal that might save him a lot of heartache and pain.
What would that be?
Well, in that he give me his little village, and I would not reveal his secret to everybody else.
The secret being Poland?
Indeed. As I said,
You know
I've
much-
already sent some people ahead to go and catch up with him and hopefully bring him here, where we will be able to
sure.
question him.
Do you know much about your niece? Then I would say.
Ah yes, little Helga.
Yes.
Strange little creature, always gave me the creeps.
Odd fascination with dolls.
Yes, as a little girl, I could understand that. As a teenager, slightly concerning.
Would it shock you then to know that she was the one who switched out Poland's
Oh,
suppressor?
it would not shock me at all. Who do you think is the one that supplied it to her?
So you have a vested interest in what's the word?
I have a vested interest in the Gallo Kingdom. I do not wish to see it fall to waste under rulers who cannot keep control of their peoples. Is it so wrong to want a united country?
Depends on your definition of united. What about the king?
The king is sick. Last I heard, he does not have long left.
And you see yourself as a worthy successor.
Of course, I have ruled here for 400 plus years. The people all love me, and for the most part, we all live happy lives.
Strange. With how happy you say they don't seem enthusiastic. Or like they're full of life and energy.
Unfortunately, real life can be tough for all of us.
I do have one last question. Hopefully my last. With this cure that Eric said he developed, were one of the components a part of you, since you said it was your blood?
It is, it's difficult. It's the blood that runs through the vampire in particular that he requires. And he discovered this after only 2 months of testing.
So it's the blood. He would need no other part of you?
Correct.
Then may I ask you, how would Eric have your hair on him before he left?
Well, as I said
Or
to
should I
you,
say why?
as I said to you, he did come round here, and perhaps one just happened to fall out. We
Insight.
were close, and I gave him a hug before he left. It is that simple.
He pulled out his hair, man.
Can I do an insight check to see if I can tell if he's being truthful or not?
Of course.
I'll
Well,
probably
not
roll really low.
So just a reminder, guys, insight is not a lie detector. Insight will tell you their body language and might allow you to read between the lines if they're talking nonsense.
So, what is the best skill roll to do a lie detector?
There isn't one.
No, there isn't one. I mean, it does searching for a lie, and if they're confident, it may not be a lie.
So, what did you roll on your insight?
I haven't rolled it yet. I'm rolling it right now.
Would also like to roll that.
The only other thing I was thinking of is perhaps doing a persuasion.
So, on an 18 and a 15. Again, he is very, very confident in what he is telling you. There is no indicators. He's not, like, nervous. He's very cool, very calm, very collected. He's also a politician.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an absolutely astounding meal, especially after eating nothing but
Fail.
pigeons and rations on the road.
Indeed.
Well, you should thank Trudy for this. This was a gift from her.
Oh.
Came in a nice little basket. The Cartwrights have always been loyal to the local lords.
We'll be sure to pass on our thanks. It's been an absolute pleasure, Lord Carter. I would hate to take up any more of your time. I'm sure you're a very busy man.
He's waiting for Poland.
But Poland's not here yet, so.
I will come and fetch you as soon as we found the boy.
Please and thank you.
Out of character, did Grayson mention how to apply the Quicksilver or anything like that? Or would I be just
He
using?
would have given you instructions, and you basically have to just inject it straight into your chest.
Well, I think I have the highest medicine here, so I can only rely on myself for this. Anyone else proficient in medicine?
Yeah.
No, but I could pierce the
am.
bone like butter.
I'm proficient, but I'm not high in proficiency.
What is it? -1?
No, I have it trained.
Yeah.
So it's not a negative. Let's see, I'll have to go to that tab. Let's see, medicine +3.
Okay. So same as me. Well,
That's
at least
why
I know.
I was kind of insulted when I was put beneath my station. But
Well, we were
understood-
amateur medicine compared to
I
someone who might have a
understood that he
+6 or 8.
knew more, but still, it was like degrading.
It's
Anyway.
okay, Zonga.
I mean, you were speaking to a very, very well-respected, long-studied physician against...
Right.
I've had some field
A
training.
battle medicine, right. Right. Because I just learned how to heal in the arena.
At least stop the bleeding. Arm gets cut off, we just apply bandage.
Wood arm.
And pressure.
Right.
So I wouldn't say he had the right, but the level of difference is understandable on both ends.
Yeah, it's just always degrading when people do that to other people, whether or not.
So, are you guys done in Lord Carter's? Is there anything else you would
Are
like
we?
to do?
I don't know if there's anything I can do.
What is the probability of us finding Poland before their group does? Do we have an insight on that? And are we more interested in finding a way to make money off of fighting in the street than finishing our quest?
Can
Do we know where the mines are?
Sorry, Eldrin?
Do we know where the mines are? Is that popular knowledge around here?
They're underneath the city. Just have to find a way down there.
So he's technically where we are.
Hmm?
So it sounds like they're technically where we are, the mines.
In catacombs of some sort.
So in the Kingdom of Gallo, the mines run vast and wide, like they run the length and breadth of the underground of Gallo. So, if you go down there, just expect to find a lot of things that perhaps you weren't expecting.
Are we going to the mines?
As we leave, I would like to investigate the carpet, not stepping on it, but and ask Lord Carter, like how did they clean this carpet? It looks quite nice.
In what way are you investigating? Could you please describe that for me?
I'm just trying to see if there's anything out of place, or like to see if I could see if something was trying to be covered up.
Okay, so you're
Like
purely using your eyes, are you?
I will ask Carter if it's okay to touch the carpet to understand its quality.
I mean, the carpet is of the finest quality. I really wouldn't recommend in touching it. Not because I think you're dirty, I just don't want you accidentally ripping it or anything, you know what I mean? But
How recently did you have it cleaned?
it was cleaned maybe a week ago or so now.
Then hopefully it would be good by now. I understand when to keep things clean, but I mean, if our hair gets messy and we have to brush it now and then,
I mean, if
otherwise it's hair today, gone tomorrow.
Are we going to the mines?
If you are insistent on touching the rug, by all means, have a feel.
Yes, I will have a feel, and I would like to feel its quality, and if there's anything out of place for what should be a rug.
Okay.
Or a carpet, whatever it's called.
So as you pick up the rug...
Not this time. I'm not tabaxi.
Do it. You're gonna do it.
A tabaxi assassin who can't stop licking.
As you
I was mute
touch the rug, it feels very, very sticky. And as you try to pull your hand away, you can't.
It feels like they could have done a little better cleaning.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, you see, I did try to warn you, but I will not deprive my pet of a snack should one willingly offer themselves.
That sounds like
Initiative.
sounds like information that should have been shared, unless the intent was to make sure they didn't know.
Oh, I just don't like people getting the wrong idea. And besides, following instructions really isn't too difficult. I did tell you not to touch the rug. I did ask you not to step on the rug.
You did do exactly those things. You have no one to blame but yourself.
I didn't step on it.
But you did touch it.
And he did ask you not to touch it.
Here we go.
And you insisted.
Initiative? Are we fighting the carpet?
Lord Carter, I would like to apologise on behalf of this buffoonish bard. If you'll allow us to remove him from your presence, he will be scolded appropriately.
Oh, once my pet decides to start digesting, there is no stopping him. You may try and pull him free, however. I'm not quite so inclined to, and you start to see that the part of your skin that's attached to the rug has started to dissolve.
Oh, fun. I guess it's athletics to pull myself out immediately.
Yes.
You have two barbarians, please pull him off. Or don't, we just let him eat him.
Fine.
You will, however, take 11 points of acid damage, David.
Oh, fun. I don't suppose I can cutting words it.
Nope. You willingly went, hey, what's this? Yeah, Junga, that's more than enough. I don't know if, Kuzrul, you want to help and pull him off?
Yeah.
Just for the funsies?
Oops, I'm still raged.
That's
Oh,
right.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
You're like, I got
So-
this.
So, Jonga, you go up, you grab Phelan by like the scruff of the neck and just start pulling him away. Kuzrul, I imagine you just go up and grab like the elbow that of the arm that is stuck to the carpet and just yank it off, and just for effect you rip the majority of the layers of skin like off of the hand and down the side of the arm.
Sorry, my bad.
Well, you were warned not to touch the carpet. Perhaps next time you will respect somebody's boundaries when they ask you, please not to do something for any reason.
Point
Lessons have
taken.
been learnt all around, I feel.
I grit my teeth, but didn't say nothing.
It has been a pleasure hosting you all. Please do stop by again if you wish to have a chat. Always
What's
more
that
than
sticker?
happy.
Out the door.
I'll
Do we
give an
go to the
awkward-
mines?
I'll give an awkward bow as
Are
I
we-
leave, 'cause I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do around Lords.
Do you try to heal the acid damage?
And the skin damage.
I mean, that is going to be scarring. Like, where you were stuck to it and pulled away, the acid had melted the skin, which is why when they pulled your arm up, the whole layer of skin had just ripped off. You now will have nice scarring down that side of the arm.
And it will be my left arm, or do we or I'm the one allowed to specify?
Yeah, it would be your left or your right. As I say, it's purely for aesthetic purposes.
Yeah, I would say left, because keep my right arm safe.
Until you decide to stick your right arm into it.
medicine.
So, Jonga, on a 20 medicine, you managed to bandage the arm up really nicely, really tightly, and very effectively. And you can heal... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You can heal for 3 points. The Phelan. So you're on 8 rooms.
Do I be the one to heal it, or
I've done it. I've already done it.
okay?
So you guys currently have a few leads. You know that Polin is down in the mines, potentially being hunted. You know that Eric von Steinholm is with, or potentially with, Baron Vermont. You know the mine tracks that he was following, and you know where those mine tracks are. Or at least the last place that they were seen. You've also got Castarian the player, who has invited you to his concert in 2 nights' time.
So we'd have to wait. What do we do?
Well, I'm not going to be much help with my hand healing. So, But I'm gonna stay quiet. My
Back,
character is.
back to the inn, the tavern, then, the Seagull, about possibly making some money in a street fight where
We need.
likely Kuzro and Jungle would be pitted against each other.
I caught most of what you said there, Bora, but you do once again sound very, very distant.
Yeah, like the mic is on your head or something.
Yeah, you can definitely go and
Have
speak.
my fist in the way.
You could definitely go and speak to Gaunt and find out if there's any possibility of setting up like a fighting event of some kind.
Well, we got 2 days, I guess, if we're waiting for the concert.
I feel like we've got
I'm down
more
for anything as
pressing
long as
matters.
there is some action.
Oh, you
Feel
can
like-
definitely go find some action. There's plenty of places to find problems. As I say, you've only really explored the market, the tavern, and
How about we explore near 6 or 7, the food supply.
Okay, I need money, so I need to make money. That's my goal right now. So how can I make money from action that we're trying to find?
solve people's problems. Go and ask, talk to people.
Okay.
There are a number of vendors in the market for a start that you could ask about rumours. There is again the tavern. You can go and ask about rumours, problems that people want solving that can be solved quickly. You could just go exploring. There is, as I say, a list of places that is currently. I thought I pinned it to the map. Clearly, I did not.
If we were to drop off the bard to heal, would we be able to split
So
the party?
You guys should see on the map in the top left-hand corner there is a link that you can click on, and that's the list of locations that are currently listed.
Could you? No.
It gives me a hand, but I can't do anything with it.
Yeah, same.
Same.
Can you not click it? That's weird. Can you not left-click it? No?
No, it just gives us a hand icon and then moves the map instead.
Oh. Okay. We'll just do this.
I can see it now.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
So we're not sure what 5 is?
Correct.
Profit.
I mean, as far as I understood Jonga, he wanted to make some money. And from our experience with exploring, loot is either cursed or somewhat worthless, so I'm going to go with him wherever he wants to put his muscles to work.
Maybe there's a weaponsmith out there who needs my help, and we'll do commissions for a reward.
Well, we need to decide rather than stand around because we got 2 days. We need to decide whether we're going to a weaponsmith
you could go
or.
explore the mines and be back before the start.
Okay.
If that's
That
what
would
you
be.
want, if that's what you want to do.
If that would be monetarily helpful.
I mean, you're going into a gold mine.
Okay, let's do it. What do you want to do, guys?
I'm with you.
Want me
at
to
this
be the
point, I-
leader? Okay, I'll lead. Let's go to the mines for a couple
Yeah.
of days, or at least a
Dalen,
night.
stay silent.
We take
Okay,
a short
Galen.
rest.
But he'll still follow. He just stays quiet.
And, 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 Jonga mentioned that this is a nice change.
So, can I get?
Wait, what number is the? Sorry, but I don't see the mine on the
There
numbers
isn't
of
a
the...
mine number on there. I was just about to say, can I get? Because there are places on the map that aren't actually listed. Can I get an investigation check, please?
Find a way into the mines through
Oh,
5.
beautiful, Thalen.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, Kazrol.
Horrible, Junga.
Not so fantastic.
So I get the feeling, right? So this is how I see this playing out. Junga's kind of gone, do you know what? I'm going to take the lead today. Let's go underground. Let's see what we can find underground. And he's walking around the town pretty aimlessly, looking for a way to go down. Every single one of you, at some point, allow Jonga this moment of being in the lead. And so you kind of try to advise and guide him, and you're like, psst, there's a, it looks like there might be an entrance down there. And, like, you're pointing at what are essentially pre-Victorian style manhole covers. Like, just giant grates on the ground. That look like they open up into a sewer. Of kinds.
Can we end up in 5 and then maybe discover what it is?
Yeah, I'm leaving that for another day.
Junga, I don't wanna kill your groove here, but do you know where we're going?
Absolutely not. But
Oh,
And
I'm
that's
sure
the
that we'll
plan.
find a way to get down into the mines if we keep looking.
Because you know what we might find? What we might find in the mine? I have no idea. But I know one thing. The chances for us to find some rude salesperson are near 0. So I'm going to the mine every fucking day. We might find some action, a fight, gold, whatever the fuck is trying to talk, we can kill it. Let's go to the mine
So,
and slay something.
out of character, I would suggest maybe directing or opening up one of those sewer holes on your own and saying, "Look!"
I was gonna whisper to everyone like, "Hey, are we gonna tell them about the sewer grates, or are we gonna keep walking like this?"
No. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Thalen remains quiet.
Can I get
Well,
another perception check from you, Junga?
I think we're being set up to fail, or at
No,
least I am.
You're not being set up to fail at all. Can you? There we
We're
go.
always up to fucking
So
fail.
on a dirty 20, as you're walking around with the group, you suddenly see somebody dart down a very, very well hidden set of steps between 2 buildings. And as you go round and look down there, you notice there is a disguised cavern entrance. And I say cavern entrance because there's no door, there's no man-made walls here. It is just very well disguised.
And I'll say, "This way!" And I head down.
We'll follow.
As you guys start heading down, it's quite dark down here. Those of you with dark vision will be able to see in grayscale. Those of you without dark vision won't be able to see a thing at the moment.
Abilities, trade, proficiencies.
So I think those with dark vision, correct me if I'm wrong, is Kuzrul, Jonga, and John.
I have dark
Yep.
vision?
I don't know. That's why I said
I
correct
don't-
me if
Len
I'm
has
wrong.
dark vision as a
Yeah.
half elf.
Oh, that's who it is. They then, not Kuzrul. So
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm a half orc. I don't have it.
yes, you do. Half orcs.
Oh, okay.
Kuzrul and Eldrin, I think, are the only ones that can't see in the dark.
Wait,
I'm a
Kuzrul's not
orc.
half orc too?
No.
Kuzrul
He's just
is
a human?
Goliath.
I'm
Oh
Goliath.
yeah. Oh
As I
yeah.
look down on you, 1 foot
Right,
above.
right. So does he even fit down there?
That could be a big problem.
I have a
His
torch.
head
I'm fine.
scraping the top.
So after following that figure down here, they seem to have disappeared rather rapidly. Are you guys going to keep it dark, or are you going to light a torch? What do you want to do?
I do have a torch. I can hand it to Kuzrul if he needs it. I actually have 10 torches.
Mm,
I'm lighting a torch.
okay.
Okay.
I'm stepping away from Eldrin as he lights the torch
Can you all,
to be out of the radius.
Can you all?
How do I give him a torch?
Can you all please
Can I-
make? Can you all please make me a perception check with disadvantage, please?
I knew it.
This is
No, if you
game.
didn't light the torch, you wouldn't be getting the perception check. So, as you guys enter down a little bit further, you get maybe 120 foot down, and you see the mouth of the cave start to open up. When you suddenly hear from behind you, thunk, thunk. As you slowly turn your head and look over your shoulder, you see some very strange looking, almost bat-like creatures that appear to be using their... So they don't have feet or hands, they just have claws, but they use them almost like spider legs to crawl on. The membrane looks to be made of stone, as does their skin. And they have this sort of fox bat-like appearance to them. And that is where we will pause for tonight, and we will open up on combat next week. We will open up on combat next week, and there will be a few combats next week as well. So Jean, I know you've been dying to kill some things. You'll have lots of opportunity to kill things next week.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta
man, I really fucking need a fight. I need
As
to
long
roll
as
some
we
fucking dice. Oh my
make
god.
some money, that would be great.
Yes, yes, yes.
We gotta level up.
No, 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 no. Milestone leveling, my friend. You need to
I
move
know.
the story forwards. So, guys and gals that have been watching, thank you very, very much for your support. And thank you, Russell, for letting me know that I had the stream muted for half the session. Thank you very much to my players. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate your patience with me tonight. I know we started a little bit later than normal. We will make up the extra time next week, I promise you that. As for everyone else, it's a good night from me, it's a good night from them, and may all your 20s be natural. And just a reminder, do join us on Saturday night when my players will be doing stuff.